Okay, so now that this is done, I'm just going to rename this. Let's call this Fire Mesh Gen. So now I'm gonna want to bring them back in. So I'm going to bring a new geo in here, call it Fire Preview. Okay, dive in there. Okay, so I'm gonna bring here first. So Fire 0. I misspelled particles. Okay. My smoke. Okay. So that's gonna be my Sims. So let's call this one file. Let's call it fire. Capital fire. Now I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna bring in here my preview one, so the viz. And again, feel free to rename your caches differently, but just keep them consistent between your different versions, okay? Because we're going to use expressions, so we don't want to have every single time a new name in our caches. So it's annoying because I misspelled it, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So here I'm gonna bring now my particles, and finally I'm gonna bring my mesh. So let's rename this one first to particles, and here mesh. Okay, so mesh, oops, particles, the low-res cache, and our high-res cache. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring in two switches here. So okay, copy paste. So we're gonna have one for the preview, what we're going to visualize in the viewport, and one for what we're gonna use to render. Okay, so this is gonna be viewport, and this one is going to be render. Okay, now I'm gonna grab all these and plug them in both switches like this. Okay, just adding some colors to make it easier to read. Okay, I'm gonna save my heap file, and I'm gonna add just two nulls. And there, preview, render. So now, just with pressing 1 with this one, the preview node selected, I just put the preview in the flag, okay, and selecting the render the null. Sorry, I'm gonna press 2, and that's gonna put my render flag. So now we have the two different ones, and we don't have to change this anymore. One thing I am going to do here just quickly. So actually, let me just change this so particle the colors is as well. makes it just easier to know what file is what, okay? Yes. Okay, so I know those are volumes, and those are other type. Not necessary, it's really up to you again. So I'm gonna put here color sub, primitive, and again I'm just gonna quickly put a float parameter. With a default of 1. Call this one multi accept, change the color, and multiply this by our multi parameter. Okay, copy, paste, and now just one other thing here. I'm going to say at name equal heat. So if I would go here now, is equal to heat. Oh, yeah, right. I don't think I saved I think I saved just the density, so let me just switch this to density. No, that was a hit, so that's correct. So why am I not seeing any colors? Let me just... Why am I not seeing any colors in here? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, way better. Just misspelled the heat. Okay, so yeah, now I can just play a little bit with it. Okay, I'm gonna come. Okay, I'm gonna stay here. Now I'm gonna make a few changes. So first of all, I'm gonna select all this, press Shift C to get a subnet, and I'm gonna call this one Fire 0. And I'm going to change a little bit, a few things here. So first of all, I'm going to go here, edit parameter interface. I'm going to hide all those default parameters, make them invisible. Okay, so now they're gone. So first of all, I'm going to bring here a file. So file geo, then I'm gonna bring a string. Okay, so that's gonna be called folder. This one, I'm just gonna call it name. Okay, apply. So what I want to do here is just, I'm gonna give it the default folder of my geo. So if I go up, select geo, accept. So now here I have my main folder. Okay, name, this would be like, for an example, if I have like a subfolder one, I'm gonna have like all my volume caches in there, and then I could have another folder where I would have like my rigid bodies or whatever the cache is, right? So right now I saved everything inside here straight. I didn't make a subfolder for my volumes, but that's what that is meant for. So now let's just update down here the expression. So I'm just gonna go back up, right click, copy parameter, and just for now I'm just gonna bring a new file so I don't have to change my path here, and paste copied relative references, copy my expression, and I'm gonna replace all this here. Okay, so using backdates. Oops. Okay, I forgot. I already got them there. Press enter. Now double check. It's opening still at the right place. Okay. And one thing I'm gonna add here, I'm gonna add another slash, and I'm gonna paste straight this again, this expression, and I'm gonna replace folder by I think I called it name. Yeah, I called it name. Okay. Press enter. If I open it, it's still gonna bring me there, right? Even though I have some extra slashes there. Sorry. Actually, let me just check one more thing. Okay, so when I brought the folder, I have already a slash at the end, so I can actually get rid of this one. That should still be okay. Yeah, so okay, I have a double slash here. Doesn't matter, that's fine, works. But at least if I would have like a subfolder, I would be good. So that's one thing. Okay, and I'm gonna replace now the folder here with an expression for the number. So I'm gonna call this first backdate and up digits. Oops. And double point to grab the parent number. So that's gonna give me the number here. Okay, from file 0. Okay, that's all fine. I'm just gonna copy this. Actually, I'm gonna copy all this, and now I'm gonna paste it for every single one of them. Okay. Okay, so like I said, here I'm gonna have to rename this to particles, and I'm gonna have to just rename all my files in my folder. So that's what I'm gonna do really quickly now. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly do that. Okay, I'm gonna just close this for now. Bring here a new Python shell. Okay, sorry. So I'm gonna import OS. My folder is gonna be this one, and I'm going to do like this. So I'm gonna copy this. Files is equal to f. So for f in os dot list the folder if os.path dot is file. Then here I'm gonna do just this okay, so here we want the folder and F and so I wrote it with S in F. Tac. Where did I write wrong? So let me just check what I did wrong here. So if I right. I should have closed it here, I think. Yeah, so files. Okay, so now I got all my files that are misspelled. And now I'm gonna quickly rename those. So I'm gonna go for F in files. So I'm gonna just create a temporary variable is equal to f.split. I'm gonna split it based on just the points. Okay, so I'm gonna get the first part and then the second part, then the number and the file type. And now I'm gonna do I could use the os.rename function. Actually, let's use this here. So one thing actually I'm going to do first, I'm going to change the current directory I'm working in. Okay, so os.ch there. I'm going to do folder, and now for the os that get cwd. Okay, but it's gonna be just easier, so I don't have to shouldn't have to give the entire path to the file. So now that should work if I do for f in files tmp is equal to f.split okay. So now what I'm going to be able to do is create a new file. So a new file is equal to I'm going to use this time the format expression instead of the old way with what I did before up here. Okay, so this is going to be 0 dot then 1, and this is going to be bgo dot format, and here I'm going to do this is going to be fire particles. Then here we're going to have tmp 1. Tac. And before I try it, I'm just gonna quickly print this new file. Okay, that seems to be correct. So let's now just do this, but renaming it. And now, so os dot rename. So it's gonna be F, and now new file, and hopefully that just did it. So if I go now for F in folder, if particles in F, printf. Okay, let me just double check that. Okay, your name, what did I just... Oh, right, I didn't do OS list there, that's why. Okay, but it did rename it properly, right? So if I check here, I see it's called now particles. Okay, that's cool, and I'm just quickly gonna check that the other folders were named properly. Okay, I didn't export for this one just yet. Okay, so this is done. Let me delete that facts up. So this we don't have to do anything right now. Actually, one last thing I want to do here quickly. So I did parameter, turn off the prefix here, options, dive quickly in here. On the color, I'm just gonna grab the multiplier and bring it up here. So now here I can just tweak it straight, okay? And if I change the number here, it's erroring. And why is this erroring? Up. So fire 1. I see. Actually, I'm gonna rename quickly everything, because I had a version last week in my fire name, and I should just get rid of this everywhere, just in the folders. Just get rid of the numbers at the end. It's gonna make it easier. I could otherwise, if you want to keep it, you could just add your up-digit expression, okay, like this, and bring it here, and that works. That's really up to you, but I'm just gonna rename them quickly, okay? So actually what I'm gonna do this time, I'm just gonna create, what are those? No. A lot of undefined. I don't know why those are empty. Doesn't matter. So something broke for some reason. So I'm not gonna change this. I'm gonna just create a new one, and that's gonna be rename files. Rename files, and I'm just gonna copy in here quickly. Okay, what we just did. So I'm gonna pause it and come back. Okay, so just quickly what I wrote. I'm not gonna really go in details in it, but so you can just pause it here and just copy if you want it for yourself. It can help you. So I input OS. So in a temporary folder variable FFF, I'm using a UI. So when I press on it, it opens me that window. Okay, now it returns an error because I didn't catch any errors in here, so I'm expecting it to work in the first place. So if I just show you quickly, so with the read multi-input, so first you set you write a message, so that's the message up here. Then in my tuple here, I've just put the different fields I want to have. So folder, old name, new name, okay, and it's always going to return strings. Then I just grab from this the second element in my index, okay, so number 1, because this is going to return me a list, first an integer and then a strings. So the integers, it's going to return its what button I'm going to press, okay. I have only one, so I don't care about this. I could add some cancel bottoms and everything. So this is just going to return all those values, and then I'm separating them here. So folder is first one, the old name is going to be the second input, and the new name the last input. And then I'm just doing the same as before, so just grabbing all my files based on that directory, setting that directory as current folder, and then in those files just grabbing the old name, splitting it and renaming it, okay. Okay, so at least now I've done that, I'm good, and I'm ready to go further. So now let's change just the color. Okay, I'm gonna copy paste this 3 times because I have only 3 fires. Actually, what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this because I didn't do it separately. That's fine. Now I'm gonna grab all these and plugging them into a switch. So I don't like the order. Let me just check something here. So I'm gonna bring this one up. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna rename this 0, 1, and 2. Because if I'm not wrong, the first one started at 0. Yeah, 0, 1, 2. Okay. Switch fire. Now I'm gonna bring down here a time shift. So remember the time shift we made with the pyroclastic. No, not the pyro. Oh, we might have had there, but the smoke column. Okay, so I'm gonna use that same expression. So I saved it as a preset. So I'm gonna just load a preset. Okay. So I have my preset set up here. When I saved it, I had the wrong number here. So let me just save quickly this with the proper same frame. Save preset. And that's going to be, how did I call this? Volume time. Okay, so this is ready. Now I'm gonna add a volume. So just quickly checking what I have here. Okay, so volume up. Dive in there quickly. So I'm quickly going to just grab here a bind export, do that on the heat. Let's connect those, put a multiplier node in here. I'm gonna copy this, paste it. Bring them maybe up here. Just align all this, okay. And now I'm just gonna promote the other one. Okay, so this is gonna be default value of 1. Let's make this top 5. Heat multiplier. Here we're going to switch this to vel and multiply the velocity, okay. And same here, vel multiplier, default value of 1, and bumping up to 5. Okay, so now I have those two multipliers here, okay. And finally, a null out. Okay. So I'm gonna actually stay in here, grab all this, Shift C again, and call this fire 0. And we could make this an OTL if you want, or just leave it as is. That's actually, let's make that an OTL. Create digital asset. So now I'm gonna grab my fire OTL because I'm gonna store it in the same file. And fire loader, fire loader. We don't need any inputs, so that's fine. Should be good. Okay. Same here. Turn on the prefix. Off, sorry. And I'm gonna dive in here quickly. So first thing I want to do is dive in my fire, and I'm gonna grab here my first input for the switch. So this is gonna be called viewport, and I'm gonna switch this to ordered menu. Go to the menu, and now let's check the orders. So 0 is let's go to just fire for now. 1 is gonna be this. 2 is gonna be particles, and finally 3 is gonna be mesh. Okay, apply. Now I'm gonna turn on horizontally join to the next parameter, and for the second one we're going to do the same, but this time we're gonna call this one render, and make it order menu. Hold on, up, order menu. Okay, menu. So 0 fire, 1 viz, 2 particles, and finally free mesh. Apply. So if I come up here, so yeah, face renders. So actually go to the oops, so bring that back here, and channels, and I'm gonna put the default one here to 0. Apply. Okay, fire, go to the viewport, viz, particles, mesh. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna actually go back in here and now just delete this and copy them again. The reason is now I have those connected as well in here. Okay, and I'm actually thinking before I copy paste, see if I want to bring something else first up from inside here. Yes, actually I'm gonna bring I think a few things up before. So the last thing I want to bring up here is gonna be the folder, and the name. Okay, and now I'm gonna apply this. Okay, so now I have my references, and now I can copy paste. So okay, and I'm gonna add those to my input here. Grab your switch fire, select input here, and call this one fire cache is. And again, I'm gonna switch this to a menu, ordered menu, and 0 is gonna be fire. 0, 1 is gonna be fire 1, and 2 is gonna be fire 2, and do that for as many fires you've cached. Okay. So apply. Let's go back up. Okay, so now I can switch from one fire to the other. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Other thing I'm gonna do now, I'm going to access those parameters here, expose, sorry, and those here. So I'm gonna create a new folder, and that's gonna be retime. I'm gonna go on my time shift and just take all those parameters and bring them up here. Okay, apply, and finally another folder, and that's gonna be yeah, some render settings. So or let's call it fields, and I grab those two here and put them in here as well. Oops. Apply. So those are exposed as well. Okay, perfect. Accept. Okay, so now I'm just gonna check. So fire 0, that's fine. If I check here, so now I have my file order. Actually, yeah, that was an OTL, but we could change the icons as well on our OTLs. Okay, so let me just right click, type properties, go to the basic one, and I'm gonna change here my icon. So one thing I can do, because I use this one, so if you want to grab any of those existing ones, I can just right click, edit tool, go to options, and see icon. I'm just going to copy the name here. Actually, I'm even going to cancel this. I'm going to paste it here, apply, and we can see it already changed it, accept. Sorry, so that's going to show up on the next one I'm going to create. And actually, speaking of this, now I'm going to go fire mesh, do the same here, type properties, icon, replace it, accept, unlock and save. Now I'm going to delete, and if I look in my menu, you can see they all have now the icon. So if I bring a loader in, see they have the nice icon. So let me just delete this one, fire 0, and paste it 3 times. Now this one I'm going to switch it to fire 1, and this one to fire 2. Okay, awesome. Okay, that's just fine. Actually, perspective seems to be wrong, so it doesn't matter for now. Okay. I don't like it, so I'm gonna just create a new scene view. There we go. Okay. So save my hip file. So I'm going to leave this like this for now. Okay. So just set up that OTL, prepare your files and everything, and yeah, in the next video we're gonna go further and see how to prepare a city to scatter our fires on it, and then how to use delete loads to load it only at random time. Okay.